Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Kevin Sullivan, thank you for joining me today. It's great to speak with you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you. We both know Steven. He's been telling me a lot about you, and I'm into all things astrology. So I definitely want to talk with you about your astrology content and, of course, comedy and the tour. But I want to take it back a bit because I want people to know about your background. So where did you grow up? How was your life growing up, and what got you into comedy?
I grew up in Boston, half in Boston. I was born there, lived there till I was 7, moved
Nice.
to Phoenix. Um, I have 8 siblings, so 5 of us were born in Boston, 4 were in Arizona. That's like a huge component of my comedy, really. Um, because a lot of people can relate to having siblings, and if not, like some of them are like
That's a
friend
lot.
battles. Yeah, having 9 kids is not that relatable, but when it is, it hits. Yeah, and then I went to college in San Diego, and I like kind of bopped around. And the second part was getting into comedy.
Yeah, well, how was your life growing up? Because that right there sounds
Oh,
very interesting to grow up with that many siblings. So where
yeah.
do you fall?
I am the third oldest.
The third oldest. Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that experience? Would you have preferred to be younger in the line?
I I liked being third. It's funny because like when growing up, I would also say like 3 is my least favorite number, which is wild. And then you like learn about numerology, and like 3 is like one of like the strongest number.
Yeah, it's very lucky.
Um, but I had to babysit so much. I talk about that in my stand up, and I wanted to be an only child very badly. I talk about the astrology of my older brother and older sister are both cancers. And my parents, my dad, Scorpio, mom, Taurus. And I
Oh,
was like, so I came in just like air sign, completely different than anything that they were used to. And I was like a little old woman, like just straight up 70s. Like and I was a very dark child. So it was just interesting. And
air sign are you?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
So it was just interesting. It was an interesting childhood. And then my brother right below me is a Taurus. We have a bunch of different signs. That's like they're what I tap into when I do my videos. But growing up, I had to babysit a lot, lots of responsibility. Sometimes I felt like I was like half raising myself, but my parents were also like working constantly to like give us everything that they never had kind of situation.
Yeah.
And they ended up becoming like pretty successful people. So um, good on them. But it was tough having 8 siblings. That was pretty much my childhood.
Yeah, that is tough, especially because you're older. You were probably
Mhm.
raising them, like you mentioned. So did you ever have
Changed a
any
lot.
animosity towards that? Or
Yeah, absolutely. I was, especially when I got my license and I couldn't like go out because I had to like babysit. And then
yeah.
the older siblings, we would like be fighting over, whose turn is it, who has better grades, who's like you're the favorite. No, fuck you. Like it was just like a whole thing. I'm always fighting over kind of babysitting. So my mom was a nurse and worked the night shift.
Okay.
So she was gone from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. a lot of nights. And then she started her own business and she was in school. So she was like a very busy go-getter career woman. And my dad worked like long days too. So when they did get to go out on the weekends, it was only right. Like now looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, like also what ungrateful little shits. But at the time, you're just like, oh, how dare our parents for wanting to go out on a weekend after like working 12-hour shifts all week.
That is
So,
interesting because I mean that's like a lot that many siblings, and then I feel like when you're the older you kind of do get gypped because there's a lot of responsibility on your part. But
yeah, especially my older sister, she babysat a lot, and then it kind of skipped my older brother because I was a really responsible child. Like I had good grades most throughout school, and they just trusted me a lot. So like I feel like a lot of it just rolled right to me.
Yeah.
And my brother right below me, they didn't really trust watching the kids. So I had like this big lapse before and after. So I had a longer time of babysitting.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Shit, I kind of feel for you because like there's an age gap between me and my brother, and I always wanted to be an only child. And growing up, my parents would go out on the weekends. They'd make me babysit him and their friends' kids. But shit, I can't imagine. I
Oh
can
my
blame
gosh.
one sibling. I can't imagine you're
Did the
watching
friends
how many.
pay you?
They would not until I started bitching about it, honestly. So
There's like, and also these kids because we all want to go out and have fun.
exactly. Once I started bitching about it, then it started to pay off. And I'm like, oh shit, I should have started doing that like a lot earlier.
How, yeah, how old are your parents? Like, how much older are they than you? Like, what age were they when you were babysitting?
Well, so interestingly enough, my mother is older than my dad. So when they had me, my dad was in his early 20s, and so my mom was around 30.
Okay, so you were like in your teens, and they were like they were at their prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel. My parents were really young. Also, my mom, they were married when my mom was 18, her first child 19, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 30. Like, so most of us were like teenagers around babysitting when she was like mid 30s, which is like me now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I can't imagine having fucking 8 children. Of course, I would like want to have a night to myself.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
So it's
especially like my dad, because by the time I was 15, he was probably, I think he was in his late 30s still. Wow.
yeah, it's like that's the best. Of course they
Yeah.
want to, but it does suck when you're the child and you're like, I didn't choose this.
Yeah, it's like I want
Like
to be, and when you're in high school and you want to be out, but then you're like babysitting. But then once I
totally.
knew I could make money off of it, then I started to be like, okay, maybe I could work this a little bit.
Oh yeah, I used to charge the shit. I literally would charge the shit out of them. My older siblings, not so like they didn't really. My parents would give money here and there, but I was like, no, we're clocking in and clocking out, baby.
Yeah.
I was the worst.
Oh man. So how did you end up getting into comedy from there? I mean,
I was actually in college. I started college as a pre-med bio major,
nice.
which
Impressive.
is it. Yeah, it is, but I also just like chose it. Like it was, I would have never made it through that program, to be honest. I was miserable.
Yeah.
Um, so 3 years deep, I switched after like a stint. I went to LA for a modeling contract, and then I went back to school to finish my degree. Went after college to New York for a modeling like agency and stayed there for a year. And then when I was like, oh, modeling is the worst, I'm gonna do commercial acting. So I moved back to LA, and then I met with a commercial agent or like a big agency, and they told me I should go to improv. So I went to Groundlings, and I started doing improv, and I really loved it. Had a shitty coach like in one of the years, and he was like actually the worst person. And he was like ripping me apart for a scene. He was also, I think, homophobic, to be
Oh,
honest, because none of the gays got along with him. One quit, another one had a breakdown in class, and then I was like the third and last. Um, and so I just started bantering with him while on stage in front of my class. And then my class was like cracking up laughing because I finally broke the tension in the room of how much this man hated me. And I was just like serving up like these backhanded fucking compliments, and I was just like insulting him, and it was the best. And I was like, oh, I like my POV from stage. I don't need to be a fucking dolphin trainer in the middle of the Sahara, making jello. Like that's like improv might not be it. So I was dating someone at the time. I told him I wanted to do stand up. He like kind of talked me out of it. And then when we broke up, I had already reached out to like some stand up classes. And I was like, oh, I think I'm interested in comedy. And one of them called me like the week of the breakup randomly. and was like, I got your info. Do you still want to do stand up? And I was like, actually, no. I'm going through a really bad breakup. It's like 7 years. I'm living at my friend's on a couch. And he's like, wow, sounds like you're living like, and he's like, that sucks. So sorry. But also, you're living comedy gold. Like, this is like where comedy comes from. And then I thought about it. And a week later, I called him and I was like, okay, fuck it. And then I took the class and I've been doing stand up ever since.
That's great. So what year was that?
2016, like 8 years ago.
Nice, nice. So you've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, I love it. As soon as I hit the stage, I was like, oh, like my first show, I was like, this is what it feels like to be passionate about something. Like I never had that directive. Like, and I got off stage being like, okay, cool. I can like just pursue this forever and die happy, even if I'm not like super successful at it, just because I know it's my passion and what I love to do. It's kind
Yeah,
of
absolutely. And I mean, and I find it interesting that you did try the modeling thing and you saw like firsthand, I mean, you got to get your feet wet with a couple different things to figure out what you liked.
mhm.
So how was that experience, the modeling particularly? What turned you off?
Um, oh my agents sending me out to do favors for friends, like not those kind of favors, just like I modeled for free. Like I did a New York Fashion Week job because my agent owed the designer like a favor. So like I was on like I did free work sometimes because my agent was like fulfilling favors. It was really just weird. The whole industry is so fucked up. You can't work because you need to be available at the drop of a hat for a casting. So they like you they really they I don't know, they just force you to kind of live a horrible life. Like you're struggling. You can't work. You have to be like there for the drop of the hat. So you're like they almost make you desperate
Yeah,
for anything and everything, and it's kind of just sad.
that sucks.
All while talking about your body and your face.
Eh, were they, you mean like critiquing it a lot, like physical
Yep.
appearance?
My own agent told me I had a six-figure face. I just needed a six-figure body.
God. So did that fuck you up a little bit, like your self-esteem?
Yeah, there was an agent here. He was like, I'm also John, like Robert Downey Jr.'s agent. Like he was just name dropping. And then he told me my eyes were too close together to have a career in fashion. And I would do really well with commercial work. And I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, talk about a backhanded compliment.
It was awful. And then, yeah. So that, all of that was just, it's a very toxic place,
I mean, it sounds it. I mean,
especially
like,
at that time.
and modeling is portrayed so differently within the media. So, like, people usually think like you're making bank. Um,
Yeah. You're not
but
making anything, especially in the men. Like the men don't make shit until you're like up there, until you're like a money guy or top 10.
wow. And I was interviewing recently another comedian that used to do modeling, Mario.
Mario. Mhm.
Yeah, and he said that they would put him in like an apartment with like 8 people, and he'd have to for work when he traveled, he'd have to like share like a place with like almost a dozen people. So I'm like,
And the
wow,
agencies charge you for that place. Like I never took model apartments because they would charge you. So there's like 8 people in there. And then
yeah,
when your payment comes from whatever brands you are working with, the agency will take out like $1,000+ a month for that apartment. So the agency is also like making money off of the apartment
yeah. And if
because
you're,
none of those apartments are worth like 8 to 10,000 a month.
yeah, no, especially if they're grouping you together with that many people, there's no way your cut in real life would actually be that much.
Yeah, it's the whole system of modeling is incorrect.
God.
Yeah, so
Well,
I'm glad it's out. But nothing was keeping me there. I had a falling out with my agent, and I was like, "Fuck this," and I moved back to um, LA, and I'm so much happier once I quit trying to pursue something that you know wasn't right.
you've been doing comedy, like you said, for 8 years. I saw you also had a podcast. I like the title of it, Two Broke Gays.
Yeah.
Um, what happened with that? Would you ever go back into podcasting?
We have been talking. So Jenna Cordes is the co-host of Two Broke Gays, and we had the podcasts for like 4 years. Back when there were a lot less podcasts.
Yeah,
It, I don't know how many years ago now we stopped, but we're talking about bringing it back and like micro sessions. Just we both got busy. Like it was Two Broke Gays. We started it in my closet. We're literally just two broke gays, like trying to make life happen. And then she got a big girl job, show running assistant at like Disney. I was still broke and gay, but she like did a lot of the um, editing and everything that I just can't with my ADHD. I would never get done. And now she wants to bring it back, but now I'm on tour, so I just don't have
the time now.
honestly the time. The time commitment is tough, but hopefully in 2025 we can bring it back.
Yeah, because I listened to some of it. I thought it was really intriguing. So
Thank you.
that would be great. And I know you also appeared on Netflix's Joke Radio Presents. Are you still
Mhm.
listening? How was that?
That was great. I'm so excited because where we filmed that, even though it's audio, the is where I'm doing my 1 hour in LA at the
Okay.
Dynasty Typewriter. It's a beautiful theater. It's like old. It's beautiful in the old sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
like vintage.
yeah, it's like 100 years old. Um, not as old as the theater. I just saw. Have you seen Oh Mary?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. It's in the like the oldest theater on Broadway. Anyway, it's just a tangent. But it was really exciting. It was nice. The show was great. The laughs were great. I like the whole setup.
And now today, outside of the comedy, your content is going viral. I love the comedic astrology stuff. So that leads me to sort of ask, are you big into astrology or have you always been?
I've been obsessed with astrology. So I like these questions always come up. So I always bring the book that started it all.
Okay.
Uh, my sister gifted me this book in college, and it's The Dark Side Zodiac with by Stella Hyde.
Okay.
And I mean, it is such a, obviously people always comment like, you hate this sign, you hate this sign. And I'm like, the gag is like, it looks like I hate them all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which a video of mine went viral a long time ago. I've always had astrology in my content. Um, it just like more sporadic. I didn't start to just do astrology until last year when I did like, I'm an Aries, of course and then I just did all the signs. What's your sign, by the way?
Pisces sun.
Pisces sun. What's your moon and rising? Do you have them?
So interestingly enough, I'm a Pisces sun, Gemini moon, and I have a stellium with both. So I have like 3 to 4 planets in Pisces and then 3 to 4 in Gemini. Three actually in Gemini.
What was your rising?
But my rising is Sagittarius.
Oh my God. Oh, performer placement.
Sagittarius first degree.
Lots of
So
performers have Sag risings.
you too?
Yeah, Sag
Oh,
rising. A lot of people, a lot of comedians have Sag risings because it is like that, like show. That's like a showman spot.
yeah,
Um, anyway, so this is the book that kind of started it all. I did a series where I was like reading from it, because it's just so funny. It's so mean to cancers. It's insane. But unlike all the Aquarius stuff, I'm like, that's true. That's true. But it's cool. It's niche. It's like it tells you how your like toothpaste, like how you hold your toothpaste. So that's what I've always been like really interested in, like the stars and death and all things kind of in that realm. My older sister, Cancer, she's also a Scorpio moon. She's like witchy. A neat freak because she has a Virgo rising. She got me really into astrology. She has quite a few books on it. But I've never taken an official like course, which is like on my list of things I need to do when I have time. Like I want to be able to fully read people's birth charts, which right now I can read like energy signs, some placements, but I'm not telling the weather like a lot of these astrologers.
Yeah, that's so I'm always having astrologers on the podcast. Like I've had everyone from the great Susan Miller to
Mhm.
Evan Nathaniel Grimm to Lori Lothian, and then other ones. So I'm super into astrology. So I love
Right.
the concept.
There's another comedian. So there's a comedian that runs it's there's two. They run Sarah Taylor and Lars Mellis. I'll send you their stuff. They did like a cosmic stand-up show here. They had me on because they love astrology girlies, and Lars does astrology readings, and my payment for the show was an astrology reading from Lars, and it was epic. He's the one that tells me like it's about um not so much like predicting things, but like telling you what the weather is like what the planets are gonna do and how that's gonna like affect you. Um, and it's a really great reading. He knows his shit. So I think he's published now too.
Nice.
Shout
Nice.
out Lars.
I follow it intricately, sometimes too much.
Yeah.
Uh, um, but I find it to be really like worth it and accurate. Is what who are your favorite astrologers? Like your top two?
Um, Lars is probably my top, and oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. There's another one. He's queer on TikTok.
Oh, the astrology guy?
Well, I like the Zodiac boyfriend.
Okay.
His name is Nicholas. Nick, I can tell you. Um, he is also an Aquarius and he just like knows his shit. I once asked him a question and I sent him my birth chart
Yeah.
and he sent me back like the most detailed answer and it was so sweet. Zodiac. Forget his last name. Nick Gregolia.
Okay. All right.
Seen him before?
Okay. Oh, this dude. Yes, I've seen him. He's all over TikTok.
Yeah, he's has like 3 million on TikTok, I think, but he makes, funny videos like similar to mine.
Yeah.
But he like knows the deepest depths of the signs. So where I'm just like topical energy, funny, what would each sign do in scenarios? Um, he like could do a chart.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I love getting my chart done, especially by different astrologers, because I want to see if they pick up on the same thing, or
Hmm.
one will discover some factor that the other one like missed.
Have you had like your chart, like your lifelines read
I've had my chart done, but lifelines, no.
in your past lives?
No. I'm actually not that into past lives,
Oh,
only
really?
I want to know now, like what's ahead of me, as opposed
Okay.
to like, what already happened.
True. The past lives ones too are always like really woo woo. So I like
Yeah,
them, but
I did try
um,
it once. Now,
really,
thinking back, like 5 years ago in 2019. And I wasn't, it was all past life. I thought it was going to be more about the future, but it was all
oh,
past life.
that's healthy though to only look ahead instead of the past. I like this one astrologer we all had, a group of my friends, and it was a solid chart reading.
Yeah.
The past lives, she always tells like everyone, and we're all just laughing about it, like that you're old celebrities.
Okay.
Or like you were on some in a really significant event, which could be true, but it was just like she told one of my friends that were like John Belushi in a past life, like
Interesting.
just crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No, yeah, I see. I
they could
wouldn't.
have just been some farmer in the 1800s, like why does everyone have to be somebody?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, if it's a past life, anyone could tell you anything if you think
Who are
about it.
your favorite astrologers? And then
Um,
I'll do some watching today.
Susan Miller.
Susan Miller, yeah, I've heard. I
I
know who she
love
is.
Susan Miller. I'm sure you're familiar with Astrology Zone. I
Yeah.
find her readings to be so accurate. I always read for my sun and my rising. Um, and I would recommend reading for rising because I feel like she's very on point with Sagittarius. I definitely recommend her. I even pay for the premium of the app where you could get like daily horoscopes. So definitely Susan Miller. Another one that I think is extremely accurate, and she's also read me personally. On YouTube, you could see she's huge on YouTube. Lori Lothian. I think she's really accurate. She's always giving horoscopes for the week for each sign as well as the collective. Um, and I find her to be very precise as well.
Lunatic Astrology. Love that name on YouTube.
Yes, that's her.
Oh yeah, I've seen her before for sure. Cute.
She actually was
Very
on a
cool.
podcast a few months ago. She did like a year forecast for Jupiter and Gemini for like every
Mhm.
zodiac sign, and then we got into like specifics about like eclipses, retrogrades, and stelliums and things of that nature.
It's been like quite the year. For astrology, I feel
Oh, it
like
has.
holy
Yeah,
shit. Someone the other day was exhausted after like the eclipse, and it's like, yeah, it's been a banger of a year. And
yeah,
I feel like we're hopefully coming out of it, but I'm excited for all things Aquarius.
yes.
One.
That is true. Aquarius has a lot of good things going on now, especially with I think Pluto is in Capricorn for only a couple more months, and then it's going into Aquarius for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really good for you.
Um, the age of Aquarius is upon us.
Yes.
We're gonna hit a revolution, hopefully. We'll see.
Now, I know you're on tour. You just launched a tour actually, and it's going through most of the rest of the year. You're going to be headlining the New York Comedy Festival,
Mhm.
specifically on Thursday, November 14th. So, how's the tour been going, and what could we expect if we come out and see you?
So if you come out and see me, I usually talk about there's like zodiac in there for sure. I last show I just asked like the front. I usually ask like the people in the front like what their sign is, like who is brave enough, like who's up here, why. Um, every single person in the front two rows of my last show were earth signs, like Taurus, which was it was like it almost took me back. I have this one taped. I'm gonna clip some of it together. It was just fascinating. I like to see the vibe of the crowd. And
Yeah.
it was really interesting because they acted like a crowd of earth signs. Like there wasn't a lot. There was one Aries in the corner that was like ruining everyone's life, but like wouldn't stop
I feel like that's
talking.
the most obnoxious sign.
Aries.
Yeah, and I'm friends with some of them, but
Yeah. They really truly are the baby like of the zodiac. They are like
they act like it.
they do be acting like that like youngest child vibe for sure. Um and then the all the earth signs were just like acting very appropriately, but like in line. Like no one was. So the crowd work was like kind of tough, to be honest, because there was not a lot of people like offering up information.
Yeah.
Um, and then a Cancer, like we talked about this Cancer's birth chart. It's really fun. But I do have like it's like an hour set and it talks about my childhood for the most part, like what was like growing up with that many siblings, um, being like an little old woman in this like big ass family. Yeah, it's the tour's been amazing. It's like all leading up to LA and the New York Comedy Festival, pretty much. So I'm just like putting in lots of reps and like I'm like just refining the set basically. I think the crowd work will always stay. I love talking to the audience, finding out people's signs, seeing if people have had birth chart readings. I talk about the craziest birth chart reading I've ever had and how it kind of just like although it's insane, it makes so much sense for like who I am,
Yeah.
how that it like relates to my life.
See, I like that. I like the audience interaction.
Yeah, me too.
That should be fun. I'm
Because
gonna
you'll never get the same show twice.
exactly. Yeah, it's not like a script. So
Hmm.
that'll be fun. I'll be at the New York show.
Amazing. Good.
Are you gonna be doing like meet and greets afterwards with like fans and the people?
Always. Yeah, I always hang out after the show.
Oh, that's great.
So I just wherever the club will let me just like walk out, stand, hang out, take pictures, do whatever.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited. I hope you sit up front.
I'm going to.
Okay,
I'm going
perfect.
to. So I'm
It'll
okay.
just turn into like a podcast. I'll just be talking to you. I'll just bring you up on stage and we'll just do like a talk about your birth chart.
Yeah. So that'll come in handy, especially if it's all Earth signs again.
Oh my God. I know. And I do ask, like, that's my favorite crowd work is when I ask people about their birth chart readings and like what they've heard, because some people have just heard some very interesting things.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's
Um,
always eye-opening. It's always fun.
and I understand you were recently sober as well. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
What,
Are you sober?
I'm not.
Okay. Um,
Although, I
I
mean,
you said as well. I
although
thought
I
you were.
will I'll clarify and say I drink. I don't even smoke pot. I'm sober when I don't do any drugs. I actually when I went through a breakup, I was leaning heavy on the pot a couple of years ago, and I just it's a long story. I found it to be extremely unhealthy for me, and I was using it as a crutch. So I purposely do not do that anymore. So
Got it.
not
That was in
sober,
alcohol.
but I'm sober when it comes to pot because it was not healthy for me.
Weed was the one. Yeah, I'm 11 of just about 11 months. I'll
Nice.
hit 11 months in a couple days.
Nice. Congratulations. So
I
what's the backstory behind you becoming sober?
um I was thinking about it for months. Like for 6 months, I was just like, oh, I feel I'm pretty like every time like universe has like dropped hints or like tried to get messages my way, I feel like I'm pretty good at following or like listening. Um, there was a moment like a couple years ago where the universe was literally, I was just like, you guys, I feel like I need to give up alcohol for like 2 months. Like I'm just gonna, and it was that 2 months, uh, like a few things happened where I just like really needed to be on my A game, and it like kind of spun my life a little bit. And then last year, throughout the summer, I was like, oh, the message I keep getting is like, you are going to want to be sober for this next part. That just like kept coming through. And so I got a book that was like, I had heard of it a few times. Nikki Glazier recommends this book, Quit Drinking Now by Ellen Carr, and talks about how she had 2 beers and she's like, I felt like shit. And I was like, why am I doing this? So she's like, I read the book, stop drinking. So I was like, oh, I'll start that book. So I started the book. Um, Quit drinking. Then I went out of town for a friend's engagement party, started drinking there again, drank through Halloween, and then I was like, I never want to be hungover again. I was feeling panicky. And one of my friends was like, you don't have to be hungover ever again if you don't want to be. And I was like, wow, when you put it like that, and finished the book and then stopped. And then my astrology videos started like really working. My mind was clearer. I got signed 2 months later.
Wow.
Um, I got a job offer that I like really wanted, and and now I'm on tour, and I still have the job that I actually love. So I don't think I could be doing any of this with even one hangover. I'm out of town every weekend, and I work all week, so it just wasn't. It reprioritized my life, and I'm glad I listened to the messages when I did.
That's great. That's great. Like your gut knows and you can't ignore your gut.
Totally. Yeah, I knew something big was coming, and now I feel it. Like I have a whole new perspective on my life.
I'm glad. I'm glad. That's like stories people need to hear.
Yeah, we can't all be like we hope Hardy Boys for the rest of time, you know? It's time to hang it up.
And then I heard that sorry, because I heard that your grandma that you were close to passed away a few weeks ago.
Yeah, my grandmother, um, she was a Libra. Nana Sullivan, she was the best. Like, were you close with any of your grandmothers?
Yeah, it's so funny you said, and you have the Eric sign connection. I was close with my one grandmother who was a Scorpio and passed away 5 years ago. So, and I have asthma, and she passed away from a lung issue. So there's also that connection as well. So that was hard.
My so my grandmother was an Aquarius. I had two grandma. I was close to both of them. I was like, and I'm sorry for your loss. I know exactly what it feels like. I had an Aquarius grandmother that I worked with when I was 14 at Dunkin' Donuts. And I used to have chronic pneumonia. Like I have had whatever. She died of lung disease. She never
Oh,
smoked a day in her life. And then my grandmother that just passed, Libra, yeah. So they were both air signs. Um, and she survived breast cancer. They still haven't said how she passed away, but she passed away like um, we're thinking just in her sleep, hopefully.
oh wow. Yeah, that is rough, especially when you have a connection with like a grandmother or a grandfather.
Yeah, I feel like gay boys, like someone was just telling me like, oh, of course you had a really strong connection. Like, was
The
it
gay
Bob?
thing.
Yeah,
I
just
could see
like
that. Yeah, I could see that too.
because I used to like we would go. My grandmother was a Libra, was just like the funniest woman. She got all tattoos after the age of 60. Like she, I lived with her while I was working with the other one at Dunkin' Donuts in Boston for summer, like the summers when I was 14 and 15. And I would like go to the car, I would have her purse, I would light her cigarette and then like wait for her. And then she'd like get in the car and like grab her cigarette and her purse and we would like be on our way. And we're just like, I did talk about this too on in my set. And I was like, we're just like two old hens. Like, and then I would go to work at Dunkin's with the other one and we would just gossip about the whole town. Um, I was like their little I was like their little pet, and I loved every second of it.
Oh, that is funny. And I've always gossiped with my grandparents.
They're the best
Yeah,
gossipers
they are. I still have one grandma that's alive, and I gossip with her all the time.
because
Um,
they didn't tweet, they don't do social media. They need to like gossip.
they do. Yeah. Oh, that's
Love
funny.
that.
So thanks for joining me today. We covered a lot, and I'm looking forward to being at the show. Um,
Absolutely. You're gonna
and
learn a lot about me.
yeah, and now I do want to sit in front because I'm okay with being called on.
Okay, perfect. Sit right up there.
That'll be fun.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm very excited.
are there any other projects? I mean, I know you're busy and on tour, but is there any other thing that you want to promote or like that you have coming up in addition to the tour?
I haven't made that much TikTok content and I've been getting messages about it from people like, hey, get moving. Because I've been so busy, but I am planning on making more TikTok content. So people can head over there. And other than that, it's the tour right now. So
Okay. Fun, fun. Well, everyone make sure to check Kevin Sullivan out. I'll be there and I'm looking forward to it.
perfect. See you soon.
Yes, and we'll be send me any astrology info. I'll send you some random
Absolutely.
info.
Yes, I'm definitely going to do a deep dive today.
Oh, on Susan and Lori.
Yeah. Susan, I know. Lori, I'm going to go through her YouTube.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to know what you think because I find her to be pretty good, but
And
like pretty
I'll send you Larsa's stuff.
yeah, because I want to check out who you recommend as well.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Smile for a photo because I'm going to use this in the cover.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Wearing my wolf shirt today. Have you seen the trend? Um, Scram. She doesn't want to talk
Oh
to
my
you.
God. Yeah. I was cracking up at that the other night.
The rose quartz one had me cackling. The rose quartz in my pocket protecting me from bad energy. Scram.
You should do something with that.
I, I literally specifically wore this shirt today just because trying to tap into that energy today.
Scram. Leave him alone or leave her alone. She doesn't
Please
want
just want
to
to
talk
talk
to
to you.
you.
It's so good.
That is great.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
I will see you soon. You're in Jersey?
Yes, Jersey. I lived up right outside the city, but I live in like the suburbs of Jersey.
Groovy. I usually stay on the west side when I'm there too. So I'll be there for all of New York Comedy Festival. I'm excited to deep dive into these um astrologers today.
Yeah, yeah, you have to let me know what you think.
I will. I'll do a scroll.
Yeah. And what I like about Lori is like it's not just like she does horoscopes by month, but she literally would do them for like every week and any occasion, like a new moon, eclipse, full moon. So,
I think that's important and also gives people the insight of like how it's not just like I'm an Aquarius and I exist in Aquarius land every single day. It's like the the sky is changing constantly and that energy shifts and how that affects you is completely different. And that's why like I love readings because it's like they go through your whole chart because there's so many aspects of your chart that are affected. It's not just your sun sign that everyone thinks is affected. So,
yeah, they
but
say sun's mostly career,
mhm.
and that rising is really all.
Rising and moon, I mean, people's moons, I think, are so important
Yeah.
because I for sure act like a Scorpio moon.
I act
It's,
like a Gemini moon because I know my emotions. One day I'll be like, I'm done with this, I'm done with that person. But then eventually I'll be like, maybe
you know what? Actually, I forgot.
maybe I shouldn't throw in the hat entirely or throw in the towel entirely. So I'm very much like a Gemini moon in that way where I could go back and forth.
Oh yeah, no. Someone like crosses me, I sting them, and then they're dead, and I move on. Like game over. And then the Aquarius in me like also just like closes the door, and we just walk away. I also have a lot of planets at 29 degrees.
That's so funny. Is I have my midheaven is Leo 29.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think my moon is 0 degrees, and literally the rest of them are like the end.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think this might be my last time here. I'm
Do you
over
really
it.
believe that? Because they say that.
Reincarnation or
I
like
don't believe in
energy.
reincarnation entirely, but I mean, do you believe in like the 29? If you have like a lot of planets toward the later degrees, it's sort of like your last bout being
I
reincarnated.
There's so many things I still believe. Like I think obviously it's energy. Like we are energy and light. Like that's also just science. Um, but I think when it comes to 29 degrees, it could just be that aspect of the energy that you like withhold and like you know you need to reset. But I also think it's just I don't know if we become energy connected to other parts of the universe that like reincarnate to like come back. Because I don't think we're like completely just solo.
Yeah.
And then I think there's like a reset of who that next person is.
Okay. I could get behind that. I
So
kind
like
of,
parts of me, I think are done here.
yeah. Like a part of you transcends and another part of you recycles in a way.
Yeah, like okay, let me pass this on, and that can go. And then that part of me that's done is like, but I still don't know like that. That's what I firmly believe. You know, I think it's like I have a ever evolving understanding of this world.
Yeah. Yeah, same, honestly.
There's no I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I'm getting smarter every day and dumber every day and more spiritual and more like okay with whatever it is. I don't need to be right about it.
Yeah.
I just need to like understand how I want to exist here.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Um, thank you. This is a fun. I like this end chat. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you too.
And
So,
I'll see you in person soon.
yeah, yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah. We could drink and talk astrology things.
Exactly. Mocktails.
Exactly, exactly. Mocktails. I've had, I don't know if she has it anymore, but last year, Countess Luann from New York Housewives, she had a mocktail line, and they had sent me bottles to try. They were good.
Really?
They were good. Yeah, very good. I don't know if she still has it, but it was so good. It was like called like it was a play on rosé. It was called Fose. Uh,
Bose.
yeah, and it had like a lot of botanicals in it. It was really good.
And it was good.
Yeah.
All right. You were just with Margaret Cho.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just saw her recently too. One of my friends did her show here at Largo.
She was on that was an interesting interview. She's
She's
more she's more serious. She's funny, but she's more serious than she comes across during her stand-up.
absolutely. I
I
think a lot of great stand-ups that I know too are very serious people. And
Yeah.
then it's like all the comedies for the stage. We're not like, I don't know, it's interesting.
Nikki Glazer, I interviewed her too. That one's gonna come out soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like she's always funny, even if you're talking about like a serious matter. She knows
Yeah,
how to like turn it on.
totally. She's a funny one. I've done a couple shows with her. It's funny that I mentioned her. Yeah, she is the reason I knew about that book.
That's so funny. I love
Uh,
her.
we have we have quite a few mutuals too, so I can't wait to like run into her one day and be like, "Thanks, bitch.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Thanks for that wreck." All right, I gotta hop because I need to make it to an appointment. Getting
Okay.
a Botox.
Uh, all right. I love that. Botox doesn't really work for me, but you know what I love out of all of them, because there's like fucking five of them? Xeomin.
Xeomin?
Did you ever try that?
No, what is that?
Okay, so it's spelled not how it sounds. It's spelled Xeomin. Um, in my opinion, I think it works way better than Botox, and I think it lasts longer. So it's the only toxin that doesn't have any proteins. So they say if you start becoming resistant to any of the others, to try Xeomin, because your body doesn't build up an immunity to it like it can with the other ones.
Okay. All right, shit. I will ask my person about it.
Yeah, I love it.
You're gonna
'Cause-
see me in November. I'm gonna be glass.
yeah, and it makes you look your skin looks so like polished and like no lines or expression lines without it looking plastic. It has like a really youth. I just love Xeomin. I
Okay. Yeah, you're really selling it. So I'll ask about
and
it.
I'm not even getting paid for it, but like
Not
I,
yet.
from experience, because I've tried a few of them, I think it works better.
Cool. I'll ask. Perfect.
Have
All right, I'll
fun.
see you soon. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.